Hello, I have a treat for you. I have a treat for you this Sunday. Apparently, Donald Trump has been given the qualification of being called an antichrist. I know, everyone you don't like is the antichrist. But before we look into the evidence of Donald Trump being an antichrist to see whether he qualifies, unfortunately, or fortunately for some people, he has to wait in a long queue because apparently, just like you have many different multi dish, and many different curries in which to choose from. I mean, I'm korma. I'm quite partial to a bit of chicken korma and lamb korma. So we all spoilt for different flavors and dishes that we all like. We spoiled for choice when it comes to beautiful meals. We also spoiled for choice when it comes to labeling those we don't like as the antichrist, because there's a long queue, a very long queue. Unfortunately, or fortunately, it isn't just this title does not only sort of go to the president, but rather quite a few people have been labeled as the antichrist. If I give you here, you can see that many people have been labeled the antichrist. And what is interesting is during this time people were convinced, they were convinced Obama was the antichrist. Now this antichrist has retired to play golf with his family and his lovely wife. Yeah, I shouldn't do that, but his lovely wife and Michelle Obama. George Bush also retired, so we have an aging, antichrist, a bunch of geriatrics, old age pensioners. I hardly think they can muster up between them enough power to control the world with their wrinkly selves. However, these supposed to be antichrist. Well, Ronald Reagan, a dead antichrist. He's dead, dead antichrist. Is he going to come back from the dead like a vampire and rule the world? So it gets quite pathetic, Hillary Clinton, who didn't even make the mark. She championed, she tried to become president, this new antichrist, but she never even made the mark. So now Donald Trump is an antichrist. People are swearing, oh, he's an antichrist, oh, World War III. But did you know, what's his name? George Clooney, the black comedian. He actually predicted, right? He's also a political satire as well. He predicted that George Bush is, if you spell his name, George Bush, it comes out 666. I don't know how he did it, but all the people getting crazy. George Bush, she's going to cause third world war with Iran. He's a 666. Look in his forehead, you'll see 666. George Bush is now a happy family man, playing golf. People are swearing, he's the Antichrist. Obama, Barack Obama. They said, look at his name, Baroque. Barack. They said it's the 666. They say if you spell his name, 6 you find out or back up or something else. They will say if you spell his name, he's the Antichrist. And that was small. He's a Muslim. He was going to do this. And he's now retired. These people, they sweat and they put their heart into it. And they put their soul into it. Oh, they're Antichrist. And I tell you something now. They say, fool me once, you don't fool me twice. Now they say Donald Trump is the Antichrist. Who's next? Jeremy Corbyn? Theresa May? Who's next? Tony Blair? He's going to come back from Europe after making his money. So, you got white people calling white people niggers. Black people calling black people niggers. Indians calling Indians niggers. The Antichrist is now just another insult. People don't really understand the serious implication, the theological context of the importance of this definition, Antichrist. Everybody uses it so loosely. It's like calling somebody a nigger. Everybody uses the word so loosely. Rappers made it fashionable. To such a degree now that it's no wonder that people are becoming atheists. No, but you said so-and-so was an Antichrist. You said so-and-so. Look, the world is still standing. There's no wars. If there is an Antichrist, I can assure you that you won't know who it is. You'll be busy praising the LGBT. You'll be busy dancing with the Muslims. You'll be busy dancing with the hardcore white feminists. You'll be busy dancing with the devil, that you won't know you're being taken in by the Antichrist. Anyone who claims they know who the Antichrist is a liar. Because the Antichrist, he will deceive the nation. Don't think you're so clever that you know who the Antichrist is. The Antichrist will deceive the nation to accept the things that they wouldn't otherwise would have accepted. All this immorality, all this filth, you will accept it. The Antichrist, yes, it'll be a figure, but it's all embracing. It comes in manifestation of laws and politics. Look how many of us have changed our values. Look how many of us have been brainwashed. Here we're going around, oh, the Antichrist, oh, George Bush. No, we're the Antichrist. We are. Because we will never know when the real Antichrist comes. Anyone who claims to know is a liar. And that is the reason why Jesus said he gave us a hallmark as to not be deceived. You'd be surprised how many Seventh-day Adventists made prediction that Jesus would return. I think it was in 1844. Even J. Dubis predicted it, and they're still making predictions. They said Jesus will return in 1914, and they're still making prediction. And Jesus says, look, you will not know when the Son of Man will return. But people still try and predict. They can't help it. They try and predict. Even though Jesus says you won't know. Just like Jesus said, when the Antichrist comes, he shall lead many astray. So you can predict as much as you like who you think the Antichrist is, because you don't like that person. So they're the Antichrist. I mean, I don't like Louis Farrakhan. I think he's the Antichrist. He's the Antichrist. Leading black people astray to follow Islam. He's the Antichrist. But in all seriousness, and that is, you will never know. We're not so clever. We're not even spiritually discerned. The liberal agenda has already brainwashed us, yet we think we're going to know where the Antichrist is coming from, who he is, what he stands for. We can't even call ourselves male or females anymore. We can't even call ourselves black or white anymore. And we don't mind. We don't mind our children being brainwashed by LGBT, teaching our 4-year-old children how to give a homosexual blowjob in schools. This dirty sex education. We don't mind that. And yet, we think we have the intelligence to know who the Antichrist is. We can't even campaign against the government promoting homosexual filth in our schools, yet we know who the Antichrist is. We can't even promote family values, heterosexual values. We've gone along with the LGBT nasty agenda, yet we know who the Antichrist is. You know what you call it? A religious neurosis. Too much goddamn religion in the guise of mental illness. Or one word: pride. Simple as that. Pride. Nobody knows who the Antichrist is. No one will know. Because when he or she comes, they will be so powerful, even having powers, supernatural powers, that they will entice you and hypnotize you. If you think the government has, if the government can manipulate you just by changing laws, manipulate your behavior, imagine what the Antichrist can do. If the government can get you scared into a scaredy cat, a bitch, that you won't fight against Islam, you won't fight against Muslims. If the government can turn you into a bitch, imagine what the Antichrist can do.